Greetings and salutations. I'm Zook, your lovable dungeon master, and welcome to Geeks Anonymous. I'm joined here with Dolphy, Kaz, and Sig, in theory.
In theory.
And we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. This is the 11th episode of Oops All Wizards, and we are continuing after a rather dramatic ending. So before we get into the recap, a few announcements before we begin. All of the music you'll be hearing tonight is from Kevin MacLeod's Incompetech. Go to Incompetech.com and check out his royalty-free music. A lot of the miniatures you will be seeing tonight are from Hero Forge. We are affiliated with Hero Forge, and you can go down to the link below, both in Twitter and in YouTube. And using that affiliate link, you can get yourself a miniature and actually support the channel directly by doing so. But other than that, because it is new, I'm going to plug the beautiful artwork that's on the top right of the screen. That was done by our very resident Sig, and it's wonderful, and thank you, Sig. But other than that, we will begin this madness. So going with the recap of last week's episode. With a whir of gears and glow of magic, Lemmy reawakens with no recollection of the incident with their core and the creature seemingly confined within. After discussing the incident, the sounding of a great horn is heard coming from the outside of the college. Zagok notes that the horn marks the Day of Discovery, a holiday celebrating magical accomplishments across the world. The students proceeded to head outside to investigate, but not before attuning to their new magical items. While preparing for the festival, Maudie presented Lemmy with a silken robe and a new leather cloak to replace the rags they once wore. As soon as they make it to the festival, our three students scatter in all manners of directions. Visco goes off to eat, Zinni runs off to go ice skating with Zagok and Maudie, and Lemmy begins browsing the bazaar. While this occurs, Visca is met by a mysterious, identically dressed halfling by the name of Nem, who offers Visca her power should she help find her daughter, a halfling by the name of Lidori. The deal is soon sealed with an ominous handshake. After perusing and purchasing their various magical ithms and new tattoos, the three make their way to the halfling district of the Frosthorpe, that's how you say it. There are many games and festivities set up, stands with folks gambling with dice, people arm wrestling with the assistance of magical items, and a long-time game called Catch the Sprite. While viewing this game, something triggered in Lemmy as they were drawn to the game and burdened with these flashbacks of what they can remember as horrific experiences, lashing out as some figure captured this form that Lemmy apparently once was or is having visions of. And after having that flashback, something took over Lemmy and they lunged at the man, almost nearly choking him to death. Once they finally came to and were separated off of the man, who almost died but luckily didn't, at the last moment, Lemmy relaxed their grasp and realized what they had done and began to walk off to the college gates. And that is where we left off. So we're going to start right there. Lemmy, you begin heading towards the college. And as you're doing so, your passive perception's 16, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Man,
so...
you can see everything.
I don't see everything, but I try.
You can see pretty much everything.
You're pretty perceptive. Okay, so you're kind of heading off in that direction, and you can hear off to the distance the sounds of giggling and laughter, and I am having the fun, as you look and see Zagok is still ice skating. Maudie sees you for a moment. You kind of make eye contact for just a brief second, and she looks at you with concerned eyes and stops ice skating and is going to begin heading in that direction. As you kind of continue on your way, you see there's this bright flash of magical energy and a conjuration of something in front of you as a stage literally manifests in front of you. And then one by one, you see 12 flashes of smoke all around this table as each one of the Council of the 12 appear at the stage. And it's pretty much blocking your view to the college at this point.
That's no fun.
I have 7
Oh,
messages. What's
boy.
going on here?
We're just chatting in the Discord. Don't mind us.
Okay.
I mean, there's
Yep.
adorable mudkips, so
Fair enough.
you should definitely look.
I did. Okay,
Good.
so then the you see the 12th flash is the headmaster who is standing on the stage in front of everybody, and the scribe steps forward and he begins to speak. Hear ye, hear ye. Everyone, please stand for Headmaster Travel Pace. And you see Travel will take a bow and say, "Thank you, Flick. Greetings and salutations on this great day of discovery. Now, it marks our great tradition to show what our students have been able to accomplish in this last week. Now, we had a particular circumstance that was not, let's say it was atypical of training. It did interrupt some of the students' classes, but I suspect they have much to tell you. So, beginning with each of the students, one by one, they will come up and display exactly what they have learned." And then you see him take a step back, and he will step off of the stage. Then you see a man hunched over. He's a very short man, probably 3'2", and he's a very frog-like creature. Anyone who's familiar recognizes him as a grung. And he has a staff on his at his side that he's basically holding to keep himself up, and you see him kind of step up, and his voice begins to project outwards, almost mystically. That way, everyone can hear him. The voice that comes is a little jarring. "Greetings, visitors of the frozen north. I am Professor Lemmy, and it is a pleasure to introduce myself as the transmutation expert of this college. Now, I have yet to be able to actually teach the students due to the journey that they have foregone. However, I can attest that our transmutation specialist is definitely worth your time." And you see Lemmywitz is starting to kind of scan the crowd until he finally sees you, Lenny, and so, perfect. Lenny, step right up.
Of course, you're making Lenny go first.
As you, your concentration is broken by all of this happening. As you're called out and called up, what do you do?
I'm trying to figure out what Lenny would do.
You're just being called up at this point.
Lenny really doesn't want to be in the spotlight right now. And anyone looking at Lenny can see that, like, their hands are kind of twitching with stiff, jerky movements.
Mm-hmm.
That's no good.
Oh no.
Bad news bears.
Bad news bears. And Lenny's going to look at the teacher and then keep walking towards the gates of the college.
Lenny? Lenny? The doors open for you. You walk in. To be continued, it would seem. As you see, Lemmy Witz awkwardly steps off of the stage and goes back to his spot.
Lenny almost just strangled someone, okay?
Yep. No, that is absolutely fair. Okay, just a second to pull up some notes.
Lenny is
So-
somewhere over.
Can you repeat the guy's name to me real quick?
Lemmy Witz.
Okay. Okay.
Not Winks.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that.
No, it is not Lemmy Winks.
You knew exactly where my brain went.
Oh yes. I know. Okay, so so Lemmiwitz steps off of the stage a little awkwardly, kind of looking over his shoulder as the gates of the college close. And you see there's some whispering and whatnot going on in the crowd that is begun to gather by the stage, and that's when the rest of you kind of get to the stage as well. The next person to step up is a young gnome who has a top knot, and he's wearing very awkward, specific clothing. And you see him step up, and he takes a very Western bow to all of you. Greetings. I am Sensei Otoru Tanaka. I am the illusionary What would you say?
Why did you say Western?
Because it's the western side of Orth.
I need a map because I don't know where we are.
There's a globe on the table.
Oh, that's true. There is.
And he takes a
there
bow.
is.
The student of illusion is a beer, and he has proven himself to be quite a fantastic illusionist. A beer, step forward. As you see, a beer will kind of step his way up through the crowd, and he is going to step next to the illusionary teacher and not fall off the stage.
Make a dex roll.
I make no
Please make
such
a dex
promises.
roll.
Okay, so and you see Sensei will bow to him, and Abir will turn and spit at his foot, and the Sensei obviously knows this tradition and will thank him for the gesture. And greetings, my student. I know we have yet to have our illusionary class. However, I would like you to present to these people your most powerful illusionary spell. And he takes a bow and steps to the corner of the stage. Abir will take a nod. Of course. Greetings, I am Abir. I hail from the southern reaches of Sarithias. And the best thing for me to do is to show you the tale and the fight that we did overcome. You see him raise his hands as this mystical energy erupts into the air, and these clouds of purplish, bluish, blackish energies form into different figures, and it actually recalls the battle, a little bit more embellished, of with you with the students of the Frozen North versus the kobolds and Torah. It is a very massive display. Like, you see the dragon will swerve over the over the crowd and breathe fire down, and you can actually feel heat coming off of it. Not enough to hurt you, of course, but he's using a major illusionary spell to show this battle. It actually gets to the point where the dragon rears up and does the lightning breath, and then Thalgrin gets hit and gets hit to the ground and whatnot, and you actually see Thalgrin for a moment kind of looks a little taken aback as he sees himself die. And then it shows the eventuality of all of you succeeding that last blow from Zinni. I believe it was Zinni. Taking out... Yes, because you took out Kian and
yes, I got to kill all the things.
You killed the mini-boss and the boss. And it displays that last blow, and then it has all of you around doing the resurrection spell, as it shows Tolra like lifting off the ground and being brought back to life and coming back down. And
Thorgrid, not Tolra.
Sorry, Thora. Yeah, Thalgrid, not Tolra. And
Please
and
don't
then
revive the dragon.
and then it basically, after the illusion kind of fades away, Abir will take a bow, and he's going to roll a performance check to see if people actually enjoyed that story. Yeah, he did pretty freaking good. Everyone begins clapping and whatnot, and you see Abir will take a bow, spit off the stage, and will leave, go back into the crowd. Sensei Toru Tanaka will take his leave off the stage as Professor Theseus Virtue steps. Hello. I am Professor Theseus. I'm the enchantment tree teacher.
Oh dear.
Unlike my predecessors, I have had the pleasure of meeting my students and have been impressed with
is he
what
the one
I've
I was
seen
sassy
so
to?
far. Yes, it is. The student of enchantment is none other than Zenithia Thistlecreek. Zinni, please step towards the stage.
And climb up on the stage.
As you see, Theseus will take that corner part of the stage, and you will step up in your shiny new friggin' armor. And
Shiny.
3 bows on your back? 3 bow staffs?
I put away 2 of them, but I
Okay,
would
so-
probably I would currently be carrying 2 because I do have the flower staff.
got the
I just
flower one.
bought it.
Okay.
I just bought it.
You want it.
And as you step on the stage, everyone begins, clapping. You hear a few of the students like, yeah. They're, cheering for you and whatnot. You hear a swift whistle. If you want to know who the swift whistle is from, you may roll a perception check.
I have a good one of those, if I recall properly. No, I do not. It's performance that I'm good at. But let's try it anyway. The ADD is too strong for her to notice shit. Oh, I mean, 12.
12. Okay. Fuck. What was that check? I completely forgot what I just made. Perception.
For the whistle.
Perception. It came off this direction. You're guessing it was probably Maudie. But you're not certain. But yeah, so
Probably
the teacher kind of says, "Very well, Zinni, show us what you have learned. Be sure to cast one of the enchantment school. Do not embarrass yourself."
Don't embarrass you, you mean. Any.
He grins. Hey, what do you do?
That's a good question. I wasn't expecting shit.
And you may call upon somebody if you want, like, somebody to help you cast something, or you need to, a subject or an assistant or something. Because I know your enchantment that usually uses a second person.
I mean, a lot of my enchantment spells are like damaging.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Make a sparkle show? Enchantment is sparkly, right?
That's more illusion,
Fair.
because color spray is illusion.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
I wonder why I can't take it.
Pasha's mind whip is enchantment though,
There you go.
which is why I'm like,
Even the damaging ones, you could use another student, or you could use the professor himself. Wouldn't
I'm gonna
care.
use the professor.
Yep.
Okay. All right. What are you gonna do?
Let's cast Tasha's mind whip at a level 3.
All right, so we'll say that you begin casting the incantation, and Theseus, of course, recognizes the spell right off, and he takes a side of the stage, and the scribe will step off of the stage as he sees the mind whip that you form in your hand. This freaking purplish pink. Slightly iridescent orangish whip that conjures in your hand, and you are right here. And at which point you see Theseus will just hold open his arms and wait for you to strike. What do you
Okay.
do? All right, you're gonna use it? Is that a
Yeah,
resistance? Do you have to hit,
That
or
is a resistance. That
Okay.
or not a resistance. They have to do a save throw.
okay? What kind of save?
Intelligence, so he'll probably succeed.
Is it
but
just an intelligence save?
yeah,
That would be a 10. He fails.
then no, he does fail. Excellent. He has such little faith in me that he's letting me give him 3d6 psychic damage.
Go for
Oh
it.
wait, no. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, no. It just lets me do an additional creature if it's 3rd level or higher.
Oh, yeah,
But it's
so if you
3d6.
pop it up, yeah, okay, so 3d6 mind damage, full damage to him. And is it half on a save? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and as well as that, their next turn, it must choose whether it gets a move, an action, or a bonus action, but only gets one of the 3.
Okay.
So for
Okay.
about 6 seconds, he has to figure out what he's doing.
So basically, you conjure up this whip, and whoosh, as he opens it up, and he's not expecting the force, as you see it literally pierces through his abdomen, and through, and everyone's just for a moment just as you're just holding it outwards, and you see him, a little bit of blood trickles from his mouth, as you see his sharpened tiefling teeth, and he just grabs a hold of the whip. Well done. And he's grinning at you, and he's genuinely impressed as you disperse the whip. You see him hold the wound, and he reaches into a side pouch, pulls out a potion, and he will...
Wait a minute. Wait a second. I want to try something else.
So he's about to hold the potion and stops. What do you do?
So, I'm gonna just go over, poke him in his belly, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. Go ahead and try to heal him. What level
I
are you
don't have to
casting?
try.
What level are you casting?
It's a 1st level spell.
Oh yeah, but what level are you casting it at?
Oh, just 1st level.
Okay, so go ahead and roll 1 die. I think it's 1 die 8 plus your wisdom modifier.
Yep.
Okay, so
8.
as you walk up and you literally poke him, So he's holding his wound and he's looking at you like, what? And you just kind of poke the top of it and you see him wince a little bit, but as you do so, this golden light emerges from it and surrounds the wound, and then it seals up in front of everyone, and then the crowd goes silent. There's just a
Is that going to be an oops? I feel like that's going to be an oops.
that might have been a little bit of an oops. But everyone is completely silent. If you want to make an insight check to kind of gauge the reaction of the crowd, you may do so.
I mean, that's a whole 7.
A
So,
whole 7? Oh, they're just really shocked by your power,
I'm-
obviously.
I mean, I had healing spells before, so.
Yeah, but not that anyone knew of. You got those like right at the last battle with the dragon.
No,
So
I
no
had.
one
There
here.
are wizard healing spells.
Which ones?
Ba ba da ba ba da ba.
Because I thought the only healing spell you had was Spare the Dying, which was from... you also had Cure Wounds from Magic Initiate, which you got at level 4. So no one else here knew that you had healing magic.
True. Why did I think I had another one that was a wizard spell? Maybe not.
Wizards don't get healing spell. Bards do. But, yeah, wizards do not. However, everyone's basically shocked because they saw you cast a divine spell. However, go ahead and make a performance check at the advantage.
I mean, I'm good at that.
You are good at that.
I'm proficient in those.
Which is good.
Well, I have an entertainer background, so.
Yeah.
That's a 12.
Oh
A
god.
12 with the advantage. That's still everyone's like, there's like this shocked moment. It looks like a lot of the people are just dumbfounded by, like, they were legitimately impressed that you were able to cast this spell and do the damage to the teacher. But when you cast that it just shocked everybody, and now everyone is just dwelling on that. However, there is a slow pause, and the crowd begins clapping for you. And thank you, Zinni. That was marvelous. We shall have a discussion later. And you see the teacher will take his space more.
And I'm gonna hop down from the stage.
Okay. And you hop down from a stage. Okay. That would be Vadis. Okay. Meanwhile, we're gonna take a shift back to what's happening in the college. I'm not gonna load the table because it's gonna be short-ish, and I don't want to. I don't want to deal. I don't want to deal with loading that. So Lenny, the doors of the college open. Hold on, just let me. This is nice. Something calm. All right. As you head into the college, the doors, open and they close behind you. As you hear, who was it? It was a beater being called up. The doors close behind you. You are now in the college. Where do you go?
Lenny is going to go up to their corner
Okay.
and proceed to have their version of a panic attack.
Sure. Okay.
Sweet bean.
That's yeah.
So you you begin. It almost feels like you can't catch your breath, even though you don't breathe.
Yeah.
When your passive perception, you can hear a chiming noise. The sound of magical formations, and it's indicative of a sound that you've heard before. Usually, when someone is teleporting in or out of the college.
Don't care. Hiding in corner.
Okay, you are hiding in the corner. You begin hearing just a sort of noise as someone is walking the halls, and you hear hello, and the voice sounds extremely familiar to you.
No.
What do you do? Error.
That's essentially Lenny at the moment. They are trying to process information and it doesn't want to process. Lenny will... Yeah, no. Lenny's not going to say anything.
Absolutely not.
System diagnostic in process.
Hello. You hear the doors open and then close. Back outside. You, the rest of you, let's see. So Vadis at this point would be calling up. Vadis is the. Wow, Conjuration. Okay. So Conjuration student would be Zagok. Zagok heads up, and you see him. He is going to begin weaving and casting a spell. I don't want to go over all of them because, for brevity's sake, it's going to take a while to go over every spell. But he's finishing like a conjuration of like these mystical beings around him, and these different figures that begin kind of popping in and out of existence, and doing like a display, like some sort of like battle rite, very similar to a tribal-esque sort of method, which is indicative of Zagok's background. Afterwards, he is going to make his check. And does pretty good. People clap as he exits the stage. The next person is... Yeah, I'm gonna just kind of... Yeah, let's do this. Alright. So the doors then open as Zagok is heading off, and you see a gnome with like a lab coat head out, and by himself exits the college gates. Okay. He will just kind of head off to the side and stand next to one of the guards as Quentin takes the stage and Thalgrin comes up. What are you guys doing during this? During the displays and the performances?
I mean, I'm watching because they're cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
After Thalgrin leaves the stage after his performance, he does basically a scrying sort of thing. He will leave the stage, kind of look around, and if either one of you want to make an insight check, you may do so.
Okay.
I did it first. So wait a second.
Oh,
Fuck. I don't know shit.
nope.
Zinnia
You were
is too
enjoying the
enthralled.
performance.
Zinni is just.
I mean, I didn't do any better. That's an 8. Because apparently I have nothing in
You
insight.
you did much better.
So, Thalgrin seems a little distracted by something. And the performance is okay, but he basically just reads somebody's fortune, and it's effectively. It's almost like one of those. You remember fucking the 90s Jonathan Edwards psychic bullshit? That,
Oh my god.
yeah, it was basically a reading like that, except real because he's an actual, magic user. But afterwards, it kind of almost seemed like he was just trying to go through the motions and get it done.
Wait a minute, Zook. Are you trying to tell me that John Edwards is not real?
No, he's a real person. He's just,
Oh my God.
a scam artist.
Nope, he's not real.
No, he's just not real. Okay, but afterwards, Thalgrin will head off the stage, and instead of returning to the crowd, he will head into the college. I will just put him over here for now. Oh, that's Ulysses. Get back. You know what? He's crazy enough to do that anyways.
You'll just follow Thalgrin.
Yeah, he's juggling eggs behind him.
Was that one my favorite?
Yeah. The lizard folk Sariv heads up onto the stage and introduces Eliusia. Eliusia will do some performances of necromantic energies, and she will actually commune with some of her ancestors, showing spirits from the other from the underworld, and commune with her ancient spirits and ancestors, and basically afterwards will bow and take the stage, leave the stage and whatnot. Let's see, Gretchen
He takes the whole stage with her.
just takes the entire fucking stage. I mean, it was put there as quickly, so
Yeah.
Skunk, what the fuck are you the teacher of again? Oh yeah, abjuration. Okay, so Skunk will head up onto the stage and basically say, all right, I'm Skunk, Professor Skunk, if you really want to be formal about it. I ain't that type of person. I don't have my Scottish accent. Let me get into that.
No, you went to some
You went to something else entirely.
I went to
some sort of
something else.
hillbilly.
Some sort of hillbilly. Yeah, I know, right? And now to introduce the abjuration student, Modi. And you see Modi will take the stage, and she kind of looks around and goes,
Yeah, Marty.
I'm gonna need some help. Can I get a volunteer?
I'll do it.
Waves her hand for you to come up on the stage with her.
Climb back up on stage.
Friendship! Friendship!
Yes.
Yes, good friendship. And she will just be like, okay, Zinni, now what I want you to do, use some sort of elemental attack and hit me. Just hit me, come on. She rubs her
Yeah, just
hands
like it.
together and she braces herself.
So any elemental attack?
Any sort of elemental, any sort of elemental spell.
Okay. Like shocking grasp?
Okay, you're gonna shock and grasp. That's an
Yeah.
attack spell, so go ahead and roll for the attack.
That is a 22.
22. Let's see, 19. All right, so basically you see here a form magic as you reach forward with your crackling lightning hand and reach forward. You're blocked by this magical air like barrier that's in front of her as she forms this the shield spell, bringing her AC up to a 24 and bracing. And you basically try to push it through, and you're unable to get back until the magic just and fades from your hand. Everyone begins clapping, and you say, "I'm not done. Keep going. Come on." Basically,
Another one?
hit her with something with another one. Yeah.
Create bonfire.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
And you focus for a moment. You blast a fire underneath from her. Is that as long as you're inside of it, you take damage? Or is it like at the start of your turn?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So she will actually stand inside of this fire and just basically focus on the flames. And you see it is burning her. Her pants and scarf begins to flicker up. And you see this moment of a tinge of anxiety for a moment, but then she focuses, and you hear a muffled incantation under her breath as you see the fire literally seep into her body, and her eyes begin to immolate with fire themselves as you see her just like take her daggers and they flip them up in the air and throws them up, and they combust into fireballs until they explode into like a firework fashion before reappearing in her hands.
Wizards, man.
And then she stops, turns, and bows to the crowd. Yeah, so she used absorb elements. If that...
That's the coolest.
People are like more impressed with you, Zinni, with your electricity than her fire.
Why?
She takes
Come on,
she
that's
takes,
cool.
She takes a bow, and unless you want to give her the advantage, like, do you think it was cool enough for the advantage?
I do.
All right, let's give her the advantage then.
Yeah.
Let's see if the dice agree.
They better.
Okay, the dice agree.
dice.
The dice agree, and everyone begins clapping and cheering, and especially the children who are like looking up at the fireworks. As Professor Skunk will dismiss the both of you and head off of the stage. Okay. Meanwhile, back in the college. You were at your spot, and you can hear the mystical chiming of someone floating up in the levitation chambers that basically is the elevator of the college. And you hear steps heading towards you as you see Thalgren. And he steps up to you slowly. He hasn't said anything yet, but he's kind of looking up into your eyes with empathic sort of look. Are you right, Lex?
I do not believe so.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Lenny's going to pause a beat, like, genuinely trying to find, what would fix this. I do not believe so.
Right. Then I guess I'm just gonna stay here with you.
Buddies.
You see him just kind of lean up against the wall, and he will just silently stand next to you.
Okay.
Friends forever. Best friends forever.
At
Best
this
friends
point, we need to
forever.
put like a chair and a table in that corner.
As you see, Professor Katamir will head up onto the stage. Dudes, welcome to
I hate him so much. Oh,
Now
I want him dead.
I have the pleasure of being the evocation teacher. So, dudes,
I hate you.
I love that I get to present the one and the only Alistair Alkovisk.
He's just going to be from the crowd. I don't know him.
Dude, get up on stage. It's your turn.
Ugh, fine. You are way too happy for this.
All right, show us what you got, man.
Sure, I guess.
I hate him
Going
so
to
much.
I'm just going to cast Lightning Bolt at 3rd level.
Lightning bolt at 3rd level. Are you gonna shoot it up at the air, or are you shooting it to the
Shoot
crowd?
it at him.
I'm gonna
That
shoot it
damage
at
is
him.
shoot it at
I'm
him.
gonna say, hey, catch, and I'm just going to, like, literally shoot it at him.
That will attack several people behind him. Oh wait, hang on. Let me see. Yes, that will hit 3 people behind him.
What if they angled it upwards, like an underhand throw?
Like
Yeah.
an uppercut, like a lightning uppercut.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Cool.
Just so we can attack him.
It's a dex save, by the way. I think.
I know it is.
Oh my god, at 3rd level, that's 18.
Yeah, no, he fucked
failed.
up.
So go ahead and roll. I believe it's 5 die 8.
8d6.
Lightning bolt at
86.
3rd level.
8d6.
Yeah, 8d6.
Yeah.
Oh. Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh no. Sorry,
That was
Chad.
26. We need 2 more.
Okay, I'll add 2 more.
17.
17 plus
25.
25. Awesome. So basically, you come up and you just hey, catch. And he's like, what? And you just this lightning energy erupts from your hand as you make this shoryuken sort of uppercut in the air, and it's like, and it's slow motion as you can almost hear in the background, KO, as you see. As you see Professor Chad fall, flying up into the air, just his jowls are flapping in the wind, his fins are and you can just kind of hear a
I hate him.
as he falls
Oh,
into
so
the
satisfying.
ground.
That's so satisfying.
A couple moments go by, he shakes and he stands up. Whoa! Everyone's just silent for a moment, and they're looking at Chad, and they look at you, and they look at Professor Chad, and he goes, "That was badass." Go ahead and make a performance check at the advantage.
That
He's
was
like-
what?
I don't know.
It's
I don't
badassed. Badassed.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
badass, badassed.
care. Oh no, the
Okay.
dice froze for a second. Yeah, no, that's an 8.
That's an 8. People are a little shocked, a little enthusiastic, a little concerned about the professor, but they find it comedic. And you
This
begin.
is just going to say, shocking, isn't it?
Oh my god, I
Like a
hate you so
very-
much.
In like a very deadpan, I don't want to be here voice.
Just make a raw charisma check for me.
I hate
Okay.
you. I hate you almost as much.
It's okay, I have a +2 to charisma. That's a 13.
13. You hear a few chuckles, a few groans in the back.
Good.
As you are about to,
One of those groans is from Zinni.
as you kind
No,
of leave,
then he just straight up goes boo.
make me a perception. Well, actually, what's your passive perception?
10.
Visca. 10? Okay. So as you're heading off the stage, somebody kind of pats you on the shoulder, someone you don't recognize, as you look over and you see he's got kind of darkish skin. He's got cornrows going down the back of his head, and he's wearing what looks like a welder's mask, and you can't see his face. He's wearing what looks like leather armor and whatnot, and he's just looking at you for a moment, and he just raises his finger to his mask, as if to basically stay quiet. And then he tells you, he just points behind you. He doesn't say anything, but he just points behind you.
I'm gonna glance over my shoulder.
As you glance over your shoulder, you see this other man with tannish sort of skin, this mustache, this twirly mustache, and a goatee, big brimmed hat, and that's when you feel something sharp. Shink! As you hear, "Hello, I am Francis Michael von Uleski VI, and I'd like to have a word." And that is when we will have you roll initiative.
Really, in a public place.
This is just to
Wait a
see who
second.
goes first. And I will re-invite
That
the
is
elf.
a whole 10.
No, you don't. You don't have to
perfect.
reinvite me. I've got back
Excellent.
in.
Yeah.
Also, that guy had a really long name.
Yeah. Okay, so you win the... Nope, you do not win the initiative.
I'm waiting for it to
Okay, so...
be kind to me.
First turn. We're gonna change the music here.
Here we go.
As my computer decides to freeze. There we go. Come on. All right. What is your AC?
15. Ow. Ow. Stop rolling!
As he rolls more.
Just a second. Well, they're at the advantage, so I have to roll them separately. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so basically, as you feel the puncture from this blade pierce into your back, you can feel it hit again as it pierces into a vital organ, and then another vital organ, and then another vital organ, as you see it pierce through. And I'm going to roll damage. Basically, strategically, he's going to be using the abilities Brace, 2 distracting strikes, an action surge, a distracting strike, and then a commander strike. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 die 8 plus 12.
Christ.
Okay, you take 34 points of damage.
That drops me down to 0, my dude.
And then Blitz, then the person with the mask will then take a commander strike to do an automatic critical to you, dropping you to 2 death saves automatically, and then follow it up with his turn and stab you until you're dead. As you basically just... Zinni, you are right next to this when this happens. As you turn and you see this blade pierce out from Visca's body, as this man just from behind just shoves a rapier into Visca's back, and then is stabbed a bunch of times by this person in front. And then literally just all of Visca's belongings drop to the ground as they turn to dust like they did before, and flutter away in the wind. What do you do?
Always lovely.
Do you want to join the battle?
I just got crit into oblivion, dude.
You just got crit into oblivion.
So, yeah, I want to try to smack him with my new pretty staff.
Okay. Go ahead and join the battle by rolling initiative.
What is my...
And no one else noticed this.
Oh, it's noticed. Everyone else is just as they see this, because you were literally the the focus of attention when this happened.
What? Where are you? No, get out of there. I have a +0, so a 13.
A 13. Okay. You are surprised. It would be your turn, but you're surprised. So it is now Francis's turn again. Top of the round. He is not going to do anything. He is just going to stand there and open his arms, and Blitz will do the same. Or the man with the welder's mask, I should say, will just hold his arms open. As you will hear a whisper, there will be a message sent to you, to Lunny and Thalgrin, as you hear it whispered, we'll say Abir and Madi, both contact you, and you hear,
Visca's dead again, guys.
yeah, you need to come out here now. Visca's dead. Again.
Again. Just again.
All right.
Man, I really gotta stop getting stabbed. Actually, no, the last time I got set on fire, so...
So that was their turns. It is now, the surprise round is now over. Zinni, it is your turn.
Dun, 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 dun.
I knew they were gonna show up eventually, but I wasn't expecting that soon, dude. After I get to fucking uppercut, goddamn dude.
I want him to, let's see.
Which one? There's 3 of them. Or
Yeah,
two?
let me put them
3 or
on
2?
the, there too. On the battlefield. Francis Michael von Uleski the Sixth.
Jesus Christ, that name.
And Blitz.
I want, which one am I closest to?
You are within 5 feet of both of them.
Well, okay. Oh, do you know what I can do then?
Oh, I think I know.
They need to both make me intelligence checks.
Sure. Left is Blitz, so they both. Oh, it was 1 and a 7. I'm pretty sure those were both failures. Let me check on Blitz. You said it was an intelligence save?
Mm-hmm.
So, 11. So no, because, yeah,
Nope.
they fail.
Okay.
Okay.
So, 3d6.
What are you casting?
As I'm back to Tasha's Mind Whip.
Oh, there you go.
Because it hits both of them.
Yeah, you can hit multiple targets. That's right.
As I'm casting it at a 3rd level. Should I just roll the damage once for both?
Yeah, go for it. That's fine. Normally it wouldn't be that case, but in this case I will, because there's so many. Hey, so
1, 2, 3, motherfuckers.
all right. Okay, as you see them, you take out just basically two mind whips in both hands. As you smack them both with it, they take a decent amount of damage. As you see, their skin has a similar effect as Visca's. Instead of bleeding, there's ash, as it's almost burning and flaking away. Abir will take his action to cast a spell or something. I don't know why I hit it twice, so it'll just be the left one. He hits. And he hits for a 3 plus his save, so 5 points of damage as you see this blast of energy come out and damages Francis as you see more of the ash begins to flicker off and vanish away. I'll say this is the point when Thalgrin and Lunny both exit the college. And
Because absolutely, Lundy would just immediately.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and join battle with an initiative roll.
Initiatoire with a -1.
That's
0.
Oh my
0.
god!
Okay. So the crowd begins to disperse as they will take their turn to basically run the fuck out of there, because yeah, some of them are adventurers, but they're like not even level 1. They're NPC classes, most of them.
Fought a dragon, motherfuckers.
So Lunny, it is now your turn. No, I'm sorry, it's Thalgrin's turn. Thalgrin will ready his rifle and take a shot. Takes 2 shots, actually.
Just casually moving
And
the
misses
around.
1, hits with the other. And it looks like he... Okay. Takes 14 points of damage. Boom! And Lenny, now it is your turn. Where is Thalgrin?
Somewhere.
Where did I put him? Did I put him over here?
I stole him. He's over here with Lenny.
Oh, okay. You guys are
Hanging out
now.
with his buddy.
Hanging out with buddies.
Okay, Lenny, it is your turn.
All these people are around them, aren't they?
Yes.
Rude.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out speeds. Lenny's going to see what's going on and see the pile of Visca's belongings and assume that these 2 strangers are the cause of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lenny. And then I will throw a fire chromatic orb at this guy.
Okay.
So I need to make a ranged spell attack. I haven't used this in forever. My god.
Do you want to use your inspiration?
No, because that actually tracks. Like, Lenny's going to try to do something,
fair.
but their body is just not quite responding the way
So-
they want it to.
As you're casting this chromatic orb and trying to form this energy, what energy were you trying to make it?
Fire.
So you're trying to make it fire, and as you're doing so, it looks like there's this greenish sort of energy that is not synonymous with evocation at all, and it's like sparkling, and you're conjuring these vines, and it's like a wrapped orb of vines that's like combusting and smoldering, and then just turns to ash in your hands, and the spell fails.
Okay.
No.
Okay. That would make it the teacher's turn.
Kill them with fire!
Fire, fire!
Okay, that is a dex save.
Hello, first-time viewer.
Oh, whoa! Welcome.
Tokyo Zeno. Cool.
Hi, new friend.
So you see basically the headmaster will basically make like a gun finger sort of with his hand as there's like a little spark of energy, and he'll just point it at this person as this ray of like blackish energy shoots out. I'm sorry, greenish energy shoots out and blasts into him, and he is going to cast disintegrate. However, he succeeded, so only takes 10d6 plus 40 damage instead. Wait, what? A creature targeted by this spell must make a dexterity saving throw on a failed save. The target makes 10d6 plus on a failed save. Oh, on a failed save. Okay, yeah. If they succeed, do they take any damage? Or is it an all or nothing spell? It is. It's an all or nothing spell.
Well, that's
So
rude.
he succeeded. Yeah. As you see him just basically duck out of the way and it blasts out, and you can see it actually like create this giant divot into the ground. If you've ever seen like the Terminator where he appears and there's just a sphere of nothingness, that's basically kind of what it's like.
Oh, lovely.
So that's his turn. Let's see.
And yes, Tokyo, we are all playing wizards at a wizard school.
Yes. And then it will be top of the round. So I will have that effect go. Come on. Oh, no, not Harry Potter. No, we're not transphobic, so.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. So yeah, as you see, basically it's from almost the inside of these people that are fighting, their body begins to break down and disintegrate as like this ash starts to like flicker from their body, almost like they're dying from the inside. As both of them take like 18 points of damage.
Okay, but I want them to die from the outside.
So that would make it, let's... Zinni, it is now your turn.
My turn.
Trust me, it was a damn shame for us too, Tokyo. I used to love it too.
Yep.
Oh, Zinni.
Yep.
2 people.
One of those things where I thought I knew what I wanted to do and then I didn't.
You have new toys to play with.
I do have new toys to play with.
Oathbreaker Paladin? Nice.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
When talking about spells I have due to being a cleric, do the level adjustments go off of the class level or off of your overall level?
Do you mean as far as casting spells goes?
No, I mean, how they increase when you reach certain level?
Yes. That's a good question. I think it's specifically your levels of cleric, but let me
Okay.
read what in particular spell are you questioning?
Well, because I Toll the Dead is a spell that I can only use because I'm a cleric.
Yeah.
Because necromancy is my forbidden
Right.
forbidden school as a wizard.
Right. Let me check real quick. Toll the Dead. It
Mhm.
says that you have 2d8, so it scales with your actual level, not your cleric level.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So, I mean, pick a dude, any dude. I don't really care which one. I just want them both dead, but I can
Okay.
only cast this on one of them.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
And you have, is that, that's not an enchantment, so you don't get double proficiency. It still fails, though.
Awesome.
Go ahead and roll 2d8 plus, is it just 2d8?
Why does it say to? Oh. As a if the target is missing any of its hit points. Okay, no. Oh yeah, they are.
Yes, they are.
So do 2d12.
2d12, yes. Very nice.
Is that a 12? That's
It's
a 12.
it's the octagon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the one beside the 20.
Dodecahedron. Nice.
So 21.
Okay, so as you basically conjure up this energy, you feel this like hum behind you as you feel the crackling of a hearth fire, and the energy forms above you into this giant bell as it just pulls back and then echoes out, and you see Yeleski is just standing there for a moment, and he like just like screams for a moment as you see him like grab a hold of his ears, and he literally turns to dust. And instead of unlike Visca, though, all of his belongings also seem to turn to dust with him as he flickers
Weird.
off into the wind in
Rude.
pain, and the other one's just standing there and it looks like he's ready for an attack. However, he doesn't do anything and just stands there. And that would make it... I'll go with Lunny. Because we're kind of in a
Then
loose combat situation now.
Zinni's just doing all sorts of things that she's really not supposed to be able to do today.
Dude, that's a mood. I got to punch Surfer Dude, so it was worth it. Everything was worth it. He deserved that.
I agree.
Okay, thank you for the
Going around
follow.
Nutting all over the place.
So this other guy, there's, I'm assuming there's like rocks and stuff on the ground
Oh yeah, absolutely.
between like 1 and 5 pounds.
Hmm.
Okay, so he needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, what level are you casting this at?
3rd.
You get multiple targets with that, right?
Nope, just it does more damage, and technically the weight increases, but
Oh, right, I'm thinking of meta magic being used with catapult. Okay. Alright, so that's a dex saving throw, you said?
yep.
No.
Okay, so 3rd level catapult is
Oh.
5d8.
You rolled a 9.
Oh,
It's got a +7.
damn.
But he rolled like ass.
That's fine.
Okay.
27 damage.
So as you what spell was that again?
Catapult.
Catapult.
Eleni sees a rock and flicks their wrist, and it just goes meow.
So as the rock kind of floats up in the air, just there's this moment of just nothingness as like no reaction from Blitz. As Zinni, you're like face to face with this person, and you just see from the forehead, like in the welder's mask, from the glass, you just see something shatter from the inside out, as this rock flies through and just keeps going. As Blitz falls to the ground, all of his possessions and himself flutter away and turn to ash.
Good. Don't like that.
Okay.
Then he's gonna have so much explaining to do. Holy shit.
I think everyone's gonna have some explaining to do.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
probably.
I think that is a fair assessment.
And as soon as that's done, Lenny's going to turn around and go back in.
That's fair.
Red is gone.
You get all this shit off the table.
Actually, no, you know what? Lenny would want to do the same thing they did last time and gather up Visca's stuff.
Okay.
Thank you. Great, now I'm cursed and haunted and dead again.
Yep.
Oh, what happened to your ghost friend when you died?
She's probably still there.
Ghosty friend.
All right. So Visca, go ahead and roll me a die 4 first.
Oh gosh. Let's hope it's not maximum number. God damn it, it's the same as last time.
Okay. So Visca,
What's up?
you feel yourself kind of pulling yourself out of this area as you're kind of picking yourself up and looking around, and you're back in a familiar sort of tomb-like area, and you see an urn that says Alistair Alchemist on it. What do you do?
You know, I'm gonna take that motherfucker.
You grab a hold of the vase with your name etched on it, and you can kind of hear a bum 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 coming from inside of it.
Let's open up and give that thing a good old sniff.
You open it up and you see an urn just full of ash, but inside you see what looks like a shriveled, blackened heart that is beating. Bump 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 bump. What do you do?
Okay, I'm just gonna put the jar back. I'm gonna put the lid back on and put that fucker back.
You put it back right where it was. And then you can hear what sounds like maybe crying in the distance. A young child, perhaps even a baby.
Oh, I hate that.
Then you hear a very, like, almost like if you were to mix Gregorian chant and Mongolian throat chanting together.
Oh gosh, that's a
kind of the sound that you hear. So it's like
That's a lot.
Off
that
in
is
the
a lot.
distance. As you begin kind of heading and see these huge
I
catacombs
can't
that
go
you're.
under the. You can't go under that, but you can
if
go
you,
over
if you
that.
right click, it'll put you on the ground and you can go through.
No, it's still.
Wait, if you go like this, wee. Oh no, you can't. That is
no,
a barrier.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is just there.
So you see this gigantic catacombs full of like these different these sarcophagi, and you begin heading down the hallways, and you see these candelabras around you, and there's no light at first, but as soon as you get close enough to one of these candelabras, all four of the candles and light up. So the direction of the chanting and the child noise came from over here. You also hear what sounds like some shuffling around over here. and you feel a breeze coming from here. What do you do?
You know, I'm curious about the chanting, so I'm gonna go over there.
Sure.
First.
So as you head into this room, you see a group of people. They're all wearing dark robes, and they have like this altar in the middle, and it's stained with obvious blood. There are several murals and depictions and runes in languages that you don't really understand. Well, what languages do you speak, real quick?
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Deep Speech, and Primordial.
There are sprinklings of all of those languages actually throughout this. It's hard to kind of coherently get them together at first glance, but it's kind of telling a story of an ancient civilization, is what you get from first glance. As you head in and you see these robed figures, and on this altar in the middle is this crying child. And it's just as you see this woman walk up, takes her hood, and puts it down. As you see a beautiful woman with long red hair, and she raises up a dagger, and it looks like she's about to impale it into this child. What do you do?
What do I do?
What do you do?
That is basically a Tails. I'm going to watch.
You're going to watch. Okay.
I'm going to watch because I'm, like, really fucking curious.
As you see the dagger plunge into the child, and blood begins, seeping out from the wound, and the life fleets from the baby's eyes. And then you see a few of the people in robes take a torch, and they light the bottom of the altar, and a pyre is lit underneath this dead child, as the one who did the impaling takes a step back, and the fire claims this child, who turns to ash. And then you see, as the bones finally char and kind of flake away, behind is left a small, shriveled heart. You see the person who did the impaling walk up and takes all of the ash and puts it into a jar along with the heart, and takes a cap and puts it on it, and places it onto another altar of its own with a plaque. As you see a name infuse on the outside, as it says, Minulaipe, on it. And I will type that if you want to write it. Ulaipe is written on it. And then as the runes of the name light up, they almost combust as you see the cap kind of jiggle and open up slightly, as you see ash begin to float out of it and coalesce into a child, into the baby once more, only more pale. And you notice that it is missing a few appendages as well. Like it only has five. It only has three of its five fingers. It's missing its pointer and middle finger on its left hand. And the person is holding this baby, who begins crying once again. And she's holding it in a very motherly sort of embrace. And the ritual seems to stop, and everyone just kind of turns and looks at you. What do you do?
Can I get one of those robes?
As you feel a hand on your shoulder from behind.
Looking that way. Hello.
As you see a familiar face, But this time, not whispering into your ear and not shoving a rapier through your back. Welcome. Welcome home. And you see Blitz behind as well in his outfit, but you see the shattered glass from the welder's mask, and you can see one of his eyes, and they're just kind of standing behind you as you turn around and see them. And Francis will offer you a robe.
Good. Don't be naked anymore.
Yeah, please don't let me be naked. I'm just gonna throw that over. Okay, I need some answers, because I don't know shit.
As you see
That's literally what she's going to say.
the crowd seems to kind of ignore you, and they just kind of walk by like you're not a threat, and they just continue on. And the motherly looking woman, the one who killed its own child, just kind of smiles and nods at you and continues on. Well, I will do my best to answer whatever questions I can. First of all, introductions are in order, though you already know my name. I am Francis Michael von Uleski VI. It is a pleasure to meet me.
Hi.
What do you need to know?
I think I need to know more of the details of this so-called curse, cause
Curse?
Christ.
What curse?
The dying and turning into ash and then coming back.
Oh, my dear Alkavisk, you are not cursed. No. You are not cursed. You were just born differently. Are you familiar with the race of the Secundai?
No.
Make a history check.
Are you sure?
No, yeah, you know what? You would have to nat 20 it, so.
I mean, there's a chance.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely not.
No. you have no idea.
She literally doesn't know.
How much do you know about the gods?
What god? Which one? There's like 7,000 gods in our world.
That is fair. The before times, the first race were known as the Secundus, and we were entrusted with the words of power. And without boring you with all the details,
I'd rather have the details.
very well. Where do I begin? After the Secundus eventually learned to manipulate these words of power and use them for their own volition. Eventually, they were able to circumvent the gods entirely. Of course, this did not bode well with the gods. So they struck back. And our kind was conditioned, in a way. Something happened after our uprising, after our attempt at usurping the gods, which I might add failed. And our children were no longer able to live past the year of 2. After the second year of existence, we would just die. Over the years, over discoveries of many magics and rituals, we came to find a necromantic way of preserving our kind. The ritual you actually just saw before you. That child would have been doomed to death if it weren't for that ritual. As same with you. You are a Secundai. Welcome home. Have you ever wondered why?
She needs a minute to process this because she's just like, what the fuck did I just walk into?
There's this
Metaphorically say walk.
he lets you have this long pause as you're kind of taking in this information. And have you ever wondered why you cannot touch any living being without hurting them? Why the gaze, when you look at somebody, can have them change their opinion about you at a whim? Why you have these strange nightmares where you wake up in strange locations?
Yeah.
It's because of who you are and who we are.
Thought it was because of my crazy mother. Stepmother, I should add.
I cannot speak for your mother or who you perceive as your mother. I do not know them. But we have means of getting you back to the location of your death, and I see this is the first time that you are comprehending your reformation. Is this your first time dying?
No, hardly.
No. Well, in time you will gain control over your reformation abilities, and eventually you will be able to come with your equipment, like us, with Blitz and I. And it will be a whole lot more convenient, in a sense.
A little bit. Waking up naked in a tomb is kind of not convenient.
Yes. We do have a teleportation chamber that can get you back to roughly near the location of your last death. You are free to leave if you'd like. However, the reason for my brash entrance and my extravagant skills with the blade, I had to...
That was... I felt a couple of my organs rupture.
Of course. I do what I can to help. But the reason that I did that is because we are not the Obus assassins that are looking for you. We're not assassins at all. We just wanted to get to you first before one of them did get to you. And before you return to the college, I would like you to evaluate your compatriots and make sure they all have the same motives and interests for your well-being. Because I have a feeling someone might be a little closer than you want them to be.
Oh great, now I'm gonna be even more paranoid than normal.
As you should be. As our entire line should be. Because these Obus Knights, these Obus Assassins, these strikers in the dark, they have means to kill us for good. There's no coming back from their blades.
She's like thinking about this because it's just like, I've already encountered them once before.
Did you say that?
Yes.
And you are alive.
Yeah.
How?
I really don't know.
I'm dead.
Consider yourself lucky then, because our kind are abominations to them. We upset the balance of the world. We're not their only targets, but we are prevalent ones. You see him reach into his pocket, and he will pull out a small orb, and he'll hand it to you. And this is called an Orb of Sending. You can use that to contact me should you need to. I will help you. I have my own agendas and own motives and everything. But should you need my help or you need answers of any sort, you let me know. Other than that, the stairs will take you to roughly your location of your last death.
Do we have any tomes by any chance down here?
And what sorts of tomes are you looking for?
Historical, regarding our nature. The so-called uprising. Anything that can just shed some more light on this condition.
Any
I'm going
tomes?
to call it a condition.
Any tomes about the Secundai that were,
I'm sure we have records, right?
you would think that, wouldn't you? A lot of our records have to be from word of mouth and words of power themselves. For our tomes, our books, and everything, as far as I know, has been taken by the Obus Knights. Either, if they have not been destroyed completely, they have been locked up in their archives, wherever they are.
Can you tell me more about this order that wants us dead?
The Obus Knights, they claim that they are humanity savers, balancing the world of Earth. And they believe people like us are disrupting that balance. They're also called in by certain people when a certain faction that shouldn't be in power becomes in power. They are called in to correct that sort of occasion, let's say. Other than that, there's not much else I know, other than the fact that they want us dead.
Alright. Any tips on how to die and take your clothes with you? So that I'm just not reviving naked in a tomb?
Try to know when those last moments are coming, and then focus on your equipment. Focus on the fact that you're not going to die, and you know that this will not be the end. Other than that, after a while, it will become like riding a bike.
Alright.
In any
Well, I guess
case,
Wouldn't it be
my
funny?
story goes.
Wouldn't it be funny if she didn't know how to ride a bike?
I was thinking that too.
I'm not sure.
But
Let's find out. She'll understand the metaphor, but does Biscuit actually know how to ride a bike? Yes she does. Okay.
in any case, I must take my leave. Blitz! You see, Blitz kind of stands up, nods, and he'll look at you and nod. And they both turn around and leave. They head up the stairs, and as you can kind of see them head up the stairs, as they hit that last step, they vanish. What do you do?
I just want to explore the area a little bit more, see if there's anything of interest. You said that there was like a story on these walls?
Yes, okay. So there seems to be a mural in several different languages, and it tells the story of basically what he kind of told you, where they were given a gift from the gods of communication, and the first words of power seem to actually have magic behind them. And you have heard of powerful magical words before, like, power word stun, power word kill. Those are actual spells, which you're kind of getting those vibes from, but it seems like these are what those spells were based off of. Like, these are the origins of those. So this is the first language that they're talking about, are these words of power, and they were literally able to manipulate creation itself. However, they used that to eventually strike back at the gods. This angered the gods, and they struck them down for their hubris. And eventually, they were able to find the rituals that allowed them to circumvent the curse that made them die at the age of 2.
Okay. I guess she would take a cursory look around just to familiarize herself with this place.
Cursory?
Yes.
Yes. So basically, the rest of the mausoleum and catacombs are just like tombs and different sarcophagi. They all have different names, different jars and whatnot. You see a few fountains with beautiful sparkling water. There's several different robes and whatnot, areas where you can clothe yourself if you're not proficient in reforming your belongings, and
I
whatnot.
want
But
to look for a very specific tomb.
sure, what are you looking for?
Either of her parents' names.
Okay. So you are looking throughout the chambers, and you do see another tomb, another vase that says Caden Alchemisk on it. Um, it's cracked, and you can kind of see through it, and you do not feel a beating as you're getting close. But you only felt the beating towards yours, so that could be normal. Um, sorry, just answering. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. And yeah, so you see Caden Alchemisk, a closed jar that is cracked in front of you.
Well, that explains a lot.
What do you do?
I don't find the other one.
You do not find no, you do not find your mother's name anywheres.
I'm just gonna take that information and stick it in my pocket.
Sure. Okay.
And I guess I'll go through the stairs.
The
I almost said the
stairs.
wall for some reason. I'm just gonna walk through the wall, you know.
I mean,
If there's nothing else of note, or anything that she would like find curious, because it's a tome. I
Right.
don't think she would really need anything else.
Loading table. Hold on just a second. Okay. So, meanwhile, you're all back at the college, and it's been a day since everything happened. And the headmasters and the teachers have just kind of let you rest. Zinni, it's at this point, you are contacted by the headmasters. You hear a whisper on your ear as the message spell is cast, and you hear the headmaster's voice. Excuse me, Zinni, could you please head to my office?
Oh no, Zinni's gonna get the talk. Or a talk. I don't even know what to call it.
Okay.
You're being called out on your cleric stuff.
that's fine. She's just gonna make her way there.
So as you head in, you float up to the 6th floor and head into the headmaster's office, and you step forward. And, the headmaster will meet you on the rug and look at you. Zinni, might I ask you a question about some of the things that occurred yesterday?
I mean, you can ask.
Fair enough. When you struck the teacher, when you struck Theseus,
Mhm.
and then you walked up, you were able to heal him magically. How?
It's a very good question.
As you're kind of like thinking about it, he notices that you're kind of fidgeting with your bracelet. And you notice as you're fidgeting with your bracelet and looking down, you actually see there's a new bead on it that you hadn't noticed before. And it is the picture, it is a round door. So think like, a hobbit-sized door that is slightly opened. That wasn't there before. Just a new bead.
I'm just gonna inspect it now because this is a new thing on my bracelet.
And you recognize the symbol immediately. I don't even have to tell you.
Yep.
Well, are you aware of divine magic?
I mean, I'm aware it exists.
How much do you know of it?
It's a good question. How much do I know of it?
You can make either a religion or an arcana check, depending on whichever's better for you.
I think both of them are good. But actually, Arcana is better.
Okay.
See if it's gonna be garbage. Oh no, it's not. That is a 26.
Yeah, you're very
I-
familiar with.
I'm very familiar.
You're very familiar with divine magic. Basically,
Which, I mean,
it is power that
sense.
it can be granted by gods, but there are those with the will to create it themselves. That's like even rare amongst the rare. But you do know that divine magic is very rare on Earth, and it is slightly coveted. And you can kind of start to get the gist of why you might be here, because you didn't think about it when you actually healed him in front of everybody.
100% did not.
But you also kind of remember being mentioned a few days prior, or I do remember it coming up in game that divine healers, divine casters are sought after by the agents of talk. So
yeah.
From a region in talk, though?
No, they're from Hroth. They're
No, I am not.
Northern
Okay.
Cerithius. They're from Hillcrest. Yeah, she's from Hillcrest. But yeah, so you're pretty aware of, and you already know. You probably already have kind of a predisposition that talk equal bad.
That's the general consensus of what you've made your thing.
I mean,
Just
a lot
talk
of
is bad.
unless you're from talk, in which case they're portrayed as good guys, because propaganda.
I mean, it's like Garlean propaganda.
That's exactly what it is. Well, the reason I ask is because I am worried for your well-being. It's very possible that there was somebody from Talk in that crowd. In fact, we open our gates to the world. So, you may have painted a target on your back. We will, of course, do whatever we can to protect you and keep you safe, but when you are out on field missions, it would be best to keep an eye over your shoulder.
We're all just targeted at this point.
No healing in front of strangers. Got it.
That would be wise. Emergencies, obviously, use your potential, and I consider myself blessed to finally meet a divine caster, so I will definitely...
I can do stuff like bring Zagok back again. Algren, yeah.
You can do things I can't even dream of, Zinni. He smiles.
Because that was indeed part of the illusion that it was Abir, right? Abir's the illusionist?
Yes.
That Abir did that part in the illusion.
Yeah.
The bringing back of...
That's right. Yeah,
Children.
that was, yeah. He didn't think of that.
Oh no. He just let like everyone and their mom know.
Uh-oh.
I mean, so did I.
Dude,
but,
I totally didn't think of that either. That had a character, so thank you for bringing that up. So I now know that there will be consequences for Abir's actions too.
Well, whoopsie.
In any case, I am sure that you can take care of yourselves. Just perhaps be more alert in the future. Yes?
Yeah. And I got a zap clap now, so...
Oh my god.
Indeed. Very well, Zinni. Well, you take care of yourself, and you are dismissed.
Okay, bye.
And he kind of nods with a chuckle, and you head back to your quarters.
100% unbothered.
Oh my god.
And a few more days go by, and that's when you finally reform Visca and get back to the doors of the college. And for you, it's like no moments have passed. You're missing 3 days right now, though. Okay, so as you take that last step on the staircase in the catacombs, you appear right next to the doors of the college. They open for you. You see the foyer of the college and head inside. You are now back home, and that's when you hear the dinner bell, ding, and that is where we'll end tonight's episode.
Yay.
Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will hopefully, unless I don't know, Mondays have been crazy lately and things have been happening. We missed the Easter game because of we're trying to get a house, so we had a showing and ended up sleeping too late and whatnot. So apologies for that,
And then
but
the week before we missed the Easter game because my internet is a bastard.
Exactly. So hopefully Monday we can either continue the Easter game because I still kind of want to do it, or
I really want to do it. I love bits.
I do. So I would like to do that. So hopefully Monday. If not, we'll just keep doing. We'll just keep saying it's going to be the next Monday until it actually happens.
I will 100% say this one is like extra like low risk. Partially because you guys are just stupid, and partially because, well,
Our
That's
highest
fair.
intelligence is 9.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yes, so hopefully that happens on Monday. If not, we will be continuing Oops All Wizards on next Wednesday. So thank you and join us for that. And until next time, toodaloo.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.